it's more personal now that it's one of my own relatives. So justice will be served, and I will fight for that to the very end.
Tonight, more questions than answers as relatives of the stabbing victim grapple with the tragic loss of a Duluth woman and mother. Good evening, I'm Laura Lee.
And I'm Dan Wolf. Thanks for joining us. Tonight we're learning new details from family and friends after a woman was stabbed to death and a man was shot in downtown Duluth overnight.
It happened around 2:15 this morning near 1st Avenue West and 1st Street. Northern News Now's Taryn Simmons joins us live from the scene. Taryn, what are you learning tonight?
Earlier this morning, this area was covered in yellow caution tape, but is now being replaced with a small memorial for a young woman that was murdered earlier this morning. Police have not yet identified the victim, but I was able to speak with her family earlier this morning. They have asked me not to release her name as they are still continuing to notify other relatives. But they were able to tell me that she was a 25-year-old mother and was known for being smart, funny, and optimistic. Here's what we know and what we don't know about what led up to her death. Duluth Police first responded to reports of gunshots and a possible stabbing near 1st Avenue West and West 1st Street around 2:15 this morning. I spoke to many witnesses who say they heard multiple shots in the area and screaming. Police found the woman who had been stabbed in the neck. She was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. We spoke to a relative of the victim this afternoon who told us the woman was Native. She told us she feels downtown Duluth is not a safe place, especially for people who are minorities.
It's not safe for them at all. There's so many predators and dangerous people out here that look to prey on vulnerable women. And there's not enough police presence in this neighborhood to make people feel safe at night.
However, around 10:50 this morning, while we were downtown, we saw the Duluth Police Department's tactical response team enter the Kingsley Heights building. It's unclear if this was connected to the homicide, but this building is on the very same block as the stabbing, just a few doors down. Police on scene were not able to share any details about what they were doing or if they found anything. Again, it is unclear if the police are still looking for a suspect, but they are asking the public if you have any idea as to what occurred, please contact the Duluth Police Department.
All right, Taryn Simmons live for us tonight in downtown Duluth. Taryn, thank you.
And we're going to continue following the story, bring you any updates as they come in here tonight.
Well, Duluth Police Chief Mike Sanoa says his department has been working to increase safety measures to keep downtown Duluth safe and will not tolerate violence. Sanoa specifically mentioned the area of 1st Street and North 1st Avenue West. He said back in 2022, they made drastic changes to their approach in that specific area, which he says resulted in a 53% reduction in violent crimes.
Duluth Mayor Roger Reinert also issued a statement today extending condolences to the victim's loved ones, calling the crime unacceptable and vowing to hold the person responsible accountable. And Mayor Reinert and Chief Sanoa are going to host a public safety meeting May 8th at the Gray Salon Ballroom to address safety concerns in the downtown area.